Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. A lot of people are going to ask me, what does martial arts have to do with Christianity? Well, in Exodus 15:3, it says, the Lord is the warrior, the Lord is his name. Here we have Donnie Yen or someone saying martial arts is a form of expression, an expression from your inner self, right? Mind, body, soul, and spirit, to your hands and your legs, etc. Okay, I guess it is Donnie Yen. It says right there. It's a little hard to see there. Okay, here we have Saito. I'm probably going to slaughter this name, no offense to anybody. Saito Totsudo. Saito Totsudo says it is essential to cultivate the warrior spirit. Okay, so what spirit? If you're Japanese, the spirit of Shinto, maybe your ancestors, maybe your master's spirit, maybe his ancestors, the founders of his system. When you're a Royal African Falcon, monotheistic, right? Africa, where everyone's from, it is God's spirit. Here we have this gentleman saying the ultimate aim of karate lies not in victory nor defeat, but in the perfection of the character of its participants. Again, in Christianity, God is said to perfect you. Here we have another one, a karate of Okinawa. It says building the warrior spirit. Here we have kind of secret society, child molesters and so on, with their karate Illuminati symbol. Here we have a picture of Bruce Lee, and it's showing scientifically or so the breakdown of his body, or a mock body or something. Here we see with the Superman who's superimposed in the martial arts, Da Vinci superimposed on the ideal man. We see Satan superimposed. They're arguing that their spiritual expression through their body, their argument, is magically great. Here we see the Narmer Palette 3200 BC, where we see his martial spirit, right? He has a club in his hand. He's conquering Set, a deity of foreigners, foreign to the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order, and he's saying that God set him apart because he's righteous and just, and the top martial artist as the true king of Egypt, the first acknowledged king of Egypt, Narmer, aka Mene. Okay, here we have Martin Luther King. I put in the same picture as these ones right here. There's a little collage. And it says, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. You see, again, it's character in martial arts, and I have a lot of these character quotes on other posters and other videos. Okay, at least 4 or 5 or something like this. Okay, so again, expressing character, your inner self, right? Building character, cultivating the warrior spirit. Martin Luther King, right? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, says that they'll be judged by the content of their character, and martial arts, therefore, are arguments over whose character is better. Because when you say it's a lifestyle, you're saying choose my lifestyle. People who do yoga, who practice yoga, who teach yoga, they want you to go to their class and pay them money. People who do Tai Chi, same thing. Okay, who teach it. Okay, generally speaking. Okay, so they're arguing over what you should do. Right? Some people want you to go into the tech field and look up to Tesla. Some people want you to go into, I don't know, art and look up to Da Vinci or whatever. Okay? Some people want you to do Japanese martial arts, Chinese martial arts, Filipino martial arts, Brazilian, Angolan, okay? Egyptian, Nigerian, what have you. Okay? My kingdom is not of this world. Some people want you to think that martial arts aren't so good and look up to a Roman soldier because they're in Greek societies, in college Greek frats, which were put there to maintain white supremacy. And they discriminate against people of color and people who were poorer white people on behalf of the Greek society families that were the governing class families, which include the royal family of England, who are in the Greek tradition, a Neo-Greco-Roman tradition that migrated to England when the Romans occupied England for several hundred years. Some people want you to look up to Vikings. Some people want you to look up to the old Anglo-Saxon warriors. Some people want you to look up to the founding fathers. You see, these are arguments of lifestyles. Some people want you to look up to Van Damme, who had outmaneuvered No Time Flat and strike him down. You can just tell here, you can tell that there's a certain grace, a certain flow, where he's more rough and brute force. Set is a deity of many things, rape and so on and so forth, but also of brute force, like the type of fighting that he does, whether he approves of rape by deception or not. Notice I put him next to a craftsman. There's people in Freemasons. There's millions of Freemasons in the world, and they want you to look up to the craftsman body type, and they put out pictures there trying to elevate the craftsman. We see also with the communists, with the Arm and Hammer, and so on and so forth, okay? So mind, body, soul, and spirit expression. And we see idols in the Bible and so on and so forth. Christ says The spirit means everything, the flesh means nothing. But also your flesh is a expression of your spirit. If you put a satanic tattoo on your forehead, okay, and you're a Satanist, does it mean nothing? No, it's a symbol of your beliefs. Okay? So my picture is a symbol that shows that I'm the top martial artist ever, especially when I put it next to these guys, right? You think this guy could beat me? No. You think this guy could beat me? You think this guy could beat me? No, no, no. You see what I'm saying? It shows the great glory of the black man, but more importantly, the glory. So racist hackers cut it off. Anyway, I was saying it shows the great glory of the black man, but first and foremost, the glory of God as expressed through the one he set apart, like when God set apart Narmer over Set, and the Pharaoh who elevated Joseph to his second in command position and gave him his daughter to marry, gave him the daughter of Potiphera, the priest of On, okay, Ra's cult center, and her name was Asenath, and she married Joseph, and God did not punish Joseph for that, showing that Pharaoh was a legitimate leader who was set apart by God to rule over Joseph, who was God's representative. Therefore, Pharaoh was also God's representative, and in worldly matters, it was fair by God, because God didn't punish Pharaoh and God didn't punish Joseph. It was later on when Ramses and them start abusing the Jews, that Ramses and them get punished. But Narmer did not get punished. He lives as a symbol of righteousness and justice before the Torah and the Bible were written. Before Abraham, Narmer. Not just Nimrod. Okay. All right, let's see here. What happened here is this thing got taped on this thing. Hold on. Give me a second. As a matter of fact. Okay, remember they're changing my voice now. Keep in mind, it is insane to think that I'm wrong. So when Eurocentric people, racist Jews, LGBT people, they start acting like they're the masters of martial art, when the average black guy in the street could beat them down quickly, and you could tell right away by looking at that. And we know for more than one reason. Who are the famous boxers? Are they racist Eurocentric Jews that pretend to be masters in martial arts? No, they're black people. And some of them were martial artists like Ali. So we know for sure that black martial artists went into boxing, and other races and their martial artists went into boxing, and the black man, like on the Narmer palette, came out number one. We know that there's a history of eugenics and racism where they're focused on martial arts. You see this kind of Western martial arts during the very eugenic period in American history. Eugenics is still alive and well. It says eugenics is the study of the agencies under social control that improve or impair the racial qualities, okay, I got this from University of Michigan or something, of future generations, either physically or mentally. Sir Francis Galton, the guy who coined the term. So the whole point of eugenics is to elevate the richer races, whites, Jews, Asians, okay, to try to make them seem superior by impairing the racial qualities of other people. And you all know that eugenics is still going on, and that corporate sabotage is still going on, and covert drugging, pharmakeia, where we get the word pharmaceuticals, okay, is poisoning. Okay, they're poisoning me. Sorcery, magic arts. And they're trying to play me out as crazy and provoke me so they can send me to the psych ward and poison me in that way as well. It is completely despicable. When you see the top martial artist ever at 17, looks far more mature than any female in her 30s you'll see anywhere. Okay? And he's God's son, the top martial artist ever, but would women like her date me even though I'm half white? No. Why? It goes back to eugenics and proof that it's alive and well. Thank you.